It's customary to cover our eyes so we can go inward, so we don't focus on what's going on around us, and we can only focus inward in our breath. And there's a correlation between today's parsha and the darkness. If you cover your eyes, there's nothing else, just darkness. And we say the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Now turn to page 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham b'shivtecha b'veitecha ולפתחה בדרך, ושכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. English at the bottom of the page. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Take to heart these instructions which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. Page 39, top of page 39, going into Michamocha, where the Red Sea, the Sea of Reeds splits for us. Let's go to the bottom of page 39. We don't do that one as much. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea, page 40. Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati Lord, osefele, norati Lord, Osefele Malchutecha Ra'u Vanecha Bokei Hayam Lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Zeli Anu ve'ameru Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed Adonai Yimloch Leolam Va'ed V'nemar Kif Adonai et Yaakov Uyalo miyachazak mimenu. Baruch Ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We now turn to page 43 for Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu, these prayers, these intentions can be used in our lives on a daily basis, not just for Shabbat. I don't know if anyone's ever felt, everyone should probably raise their hand. Anyone's ever felt fearful to walk someplace or nervous to be in a place or to go on a trip? This Hashkivenu, it talks about God sheltering us, putting a shelter around us. People go spiritually with like, I imagine a white light around me, I imagine a force field, right? That's what we believe in, but this prayer is actually the thing that brings that you can do it without it, right? If you don't know the prayer, God doesn't restrict you. But I found myself saying this this week, and I was like, wow, that's great, I gotta share that, because this is our heritage, this is what we've known for 4,000 years, and we can use it on a daily basis. Okay, so page 42, Ashkivenu, and I'm going to do one that we haven't done in a while. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. To life l'chayim. We now turn to page 46, and we rise for the Amidah prayer. This we take 3 steps back and 3 steps forward if you want to, and it sets us in a consciousness of like, oh my God, I'm stepping into the prayer. I'm stepping back from the prayer to see what I'm doing, and now I'm consciously going in. So try that if you have space. If you don't, you can think it in your mind. If you're not down with it, you can skip it too. Adonai Yadadai, yadadai, dadai, svatai tiftach. Yadadai, 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 ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Yadadai, 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 Adonai. Yadadai, yadadai, yadai, svatai tiftach. Yadadai, yadadai, yadai, ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Page 48. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chazdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Gula Livnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Abraham V'Izrat Sarah. Page 50. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Meitim Atah Rav Le'Hoshia. Moshi Baruch Chomarid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye Meitim Berachamim Rabim, Tonech Noflim Verafei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lechayot metim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaMetim. Page 52. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Now take this time to pray however you want. You can read from the Siddur, you can meditate, you can read, say whatever you want to yourself, and then when you're feeling like you've done what you need to do, you can take a seat. page 62. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. We return to page 55 at the top. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its purpose. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We now turn to page 253 for prayers of healing. We always do this. And I have a list that they sent me. And of course, we'll come around and you can offer prayers for yourself or anybody else that you think. And if, what usually happens to me is I think, who do I know that needs healing? Who do I know? And then the minute it's over, I'm like, oh, I missed it, right? So just know, like, you can say the name to me afterward, or any one of us, or just God knows, right? We do this for ourselves to say it out loud, but ultimately, God knows. All right, so the Misha Barak list this week is Howard Simon, Gloria Berkowitz, Gittel Bat Chana, Beryl Ben Sima, Vishmol Leib, Steve Gillis, Shalom Avram Ben Golda, Vishayahu, Harav Miriam Yael Chaya Bat Zara V'Yitzchak, Maxwell Zwain, Menachem Ben Mendel Ben Yehudi, U Michael, Luke Wright, Fendel Chaya Raphael Ben Yehudi Sharon, Dolores Mikhael, Harav Eliyahu Ben Miriam Vavram, James Janelle and Bill Eder, Elliot Tario, Vivian Chang, Wendy Chang, Devorah Bat David V'Chaya, Lou Barelio, Harav Yafa Rachel Bet Bela Chana V'Moshe Yitzchak, Kadim Ben Shoshana V'Reuben, John Spiegel, Israel Hirsch Ben Gilda V'Rivcha Hidi, Maxwell Bayer, Shmuel Ben Leah, Yakoba Ben Bat Shlomia V'Rivka, Bob Schwartz. Is there anyone else that has any names that they would like to say out loud? Stephanie. Anybody else? Simaresa Batdina. Sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Okay, so I'm going to do a little Devar Torah for you. This week, I'm an actor musician. You know, when I'm not here, I'm always a Jew, right? So I tend to talk from a creative idea perspective, because when I was growing up, I was the guy that wanted to tap dance in my Hebrew school class, and also try and date Jennifer Kaplan, which I did for one day. It's my first date, and we're still friends. But I didn't want to be in Hebrew school, right? I can say that as someone who loves Judaism. And the reason was because everyone was playing soccer and doing Hebrew school. And I wanted to tap dance and sing, and no one was showing me that creativity, that Judaism could make me a better musician, actor, singer, person. You know, it was just about getting your bar mitzvah done and history. I actually highlighted, I gave myself the goal of highlighting my whole history book, my whole Jewish history book. And my teacher was like, what are you doing? Finally, he was like, what are you doing? Because I was like constantly. And he was like, you're only supposed to highlight things that are like important. And I was like, excuse me, every single dot and period and every single word of our history is important. And he's like, okay, Benjamin, okay, you're right. You know, I was a wise guy, right? So anyway, I tend to talk from a creative perspective, but the creative perspective I'm coming from today is not, you don't have to be an artist, right? We all have creative ideas. As kids, we're naturally creative. And then someone comes along and says, you shouldn't talk to imaginary friends, and stop playing in the sandbox, and it's time to grow up, and it's time to stop having pipe dreams and all that stuff. But we all are creative. When I'm talking about creativity, I'm talking about, I'm going to go on a vacation, right? Or I'm going to redesign this kitchen, or, I'm going to change jobs, or I'm going to, something that's an idea that's not what's going on now, that's a change. And we have this word tshuva, where it's spiritual work. Right, the idea to do that, the idea to work on ourselves, to go to therapy, to go to that gym, whatever it is, any type of change that we think is for the better is a creative idea. So this week, there's 5 books in the Torah, the Torah in there. It's split up to 5 books, and there's a reason for that, which we'll get to in a second. And so we have a Breshit, which is in the beginning, means in the beginning, and Christians actually, it's American English, but they translated our words, which is not 100% accurate. Breshit, we have Shemot, V'yikra, Bamidbar, which starts this book today. Sefer, we say Sefer, sometimes which is named for book, and Devarim. So it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And I don't know, we hear Leviticus, right? We always hear Leviticus. That's like the one that people has all the rules and like, the shaming and all that stuff. That it seems like it's shaming. It's really not. We have the most loving God, in the world. God just loves us no matter what we do. The greatest sin in the world that ever happened, the worst catastrophe, which is the sin of the golden calf, worshiping this golden calf, God accepted us back, once we said, all right, we made a mistake. We start the Bamidbar book this week, and Bamidbar means, there's the word in it, the word, like devar. Devar means word, but also it means desert, and it also means wilderness. So I'm just going to open it up. When you think of desert, what comes to mind? Besides not snow. Egypt, right? Okay, good. Yeah. Anyone else? No water, yeah. Emptiness. Heat? Bikram yoga. Yeah. Anything. Whatever comes in your mind. What? Sand, dry, right? Nothingness, right? No Starbucks, nothing. And so, if someone said Egypt, I want to be clear that we're out of Egypt now because there's a reason for that. There's desert near Egypt too, but this is like the desert. So there's nothing. And there's what happens, so what do you do? What do you do when you're with your people and there's nothing around? There's nothing to do. The Torah hasn't been given yet. So what do you do? Do you count the people? Like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Let's like just make sure everyone's here, right? Let's see who's here and what they have and like how many and who's growing and like who became this age and like that's what you do. And it's an accounting of our people. It's we say okay, there's 12 tribes are here. It's very interesting. I found out that each tribe had a flag, like a banner. The word is banner in there. So we think of like the American flag. Why do we have that flag? It represents something, right? The Israeli flag. I'm glad you're wearing your talis. The Israeli flag was modeled at. It's not just something that somebody came up with. It's 4,000 years of that design, which is specified in the Torah, and they made it into a flag. It's what we believe in. So they have different flags. I'm not going to get into that because I need to study up on it more, and it gets very complex. But each tribe represented something. There was literally like the tribe that was the military faction. There was the business tribe, right? There was the agricultural tribe. They all did something to create the collective whole. And as a family, or as a business, if one person's not pulling their weight, right, we have to depend on each other. And if one thing is not working, everything collapses. So they obviously trusted each other that this would work, and God assigned this, so it was like also like divinely inspired. So in the wilderness, when there's nothing to do, that's when that's where inspiration, that's where change can happen. Like when there's nothing around. So how do we create that? We live in the city, right? So the wilderness is actually, it's not good for one reason because there's nothing to do, but it's great because this is where God can give the Torah. God gives the Torah in the wilderness. So there's nothing, and then you get the greatest gift. So from nothingness, we can get the most elevation, the most skyrocketing to the moon. So for instance, I can prove this, right? So what's not the desert in our lives, right? Everything else that we do. Cell phones, computers, shopping, like anything, like I gotta everything. I gotta fix this. I gotta, like my friends don't call me back. My mom, I called her 4th time today, and she stopped calling me back. Was it too much? Did I call her too much? She's listening. She's listening in, right? So all the things, right? I need to make more money. I need to, whatever it is, and that's the distraction from. Some of those are spirit. I need to say that some of those are God, right? But really, what I'm talking about is when we want to improve, very often, like I'll be listening to a Torah podcast or a spiritual podcast, and I'm doing something else. I'm distracting myself. I'm like not fully present with it. And I do this, I have to say, I call myself out on it. I do it sometimes with friends. Friends are like telling me something like really important, and it's not like catastrophic, but they're saying something that they really want me to hear, and I'm like spam mail, deleting spam mail, or like doing my dishes or something. And I'm glad there's people nodding, right? Because we can be vulnerable with each other. We can say, me too. We don't have to be shameful about that. Like, we're human beings. This is like what most people do. Today's day and age, most people are distracted by cell phones. So Shabbat, we get Shabbat. Like, technically, we shouldn't be using electronics, and I'm using a keyboard. We're reform, right? But like, it's good to give ourselves, like, even if it's just an hour. Like, I'm not gonna I really want to like text my friend. I'm just gonna see what it's like to live in the wilderness, in the desert, for an hour, and see what comes up. You may get an inspiration, like, you know what? I shouldn't start this business. I should start that other business. All those things. So out of the wilderness comes, creativity. So I just want to talk about this real quick. The 5 books. There's a reason why there's 5 books. This is the creative process. The 5 books. The way we can actualize whatever we want in our lives. Whether it's a new relationship. That's a creative idea, right? Moving forward, coming into creation. All those things, this is the way to do it through our Torah, right? To be a better artist, to be a better singer, whatever, be a better human being. So Breshit, the beginning, God has the creative idea, right? This is what it's going to be. There's going to be fish, and there's going to be sand, there's going to be light, and there's going to be ocean, and these are all the creative ideas, right? And Shemot, the next book, this is what happens when we come up with a creative idea, or like an idea to change something. Okay, I got the idea. Now what am I going to do? How's that idea going to happen, right? I got a song idea, right? I'm going to write a song about fire sirens or something. That's the first thing that popped in my head, right? Or I'll write a song about candles, right? Okay, so that's the idea. Okay, what about the candles? Like, is it candle in the wind? Somebody did that already, right? Candle, light up my life. Would you light my candle? Man, that's rent, right? Candle, the Shabbat candle shining for me. Okay, now what are that's 2. Like, it's going to be about that. Vayikra, 3rd book. This is the details of all that. I'm gonna build a house. 2nd, it's going to be big. It's going to have like this. It's pretty big, and there's going to be 2 bathrooms and 4 bedrooms, and like the 3rd book. Now I'm going to get detailed. Right now, I'm going to it's going to be exactly this amount of feet. It's going to be this amount height. There's going to be, cushions on the seats. The 4th book. Now, this is Bar Midbar. Now we're in Bar Midbar. So this is where we actualize whatever our creative idea is. So we say, now I'm going to actually do it. I'm going to get the wood for the house. I'm going to get the workers. I'm going to hire people. And this is the time where we sometimes give up. No. If I start going through this, then I got to really do it, because I'm like actually doing an act. It's not just thoughts. People are going to judge it. I may make a mistake. I may waste all my money, whatever it is. And so this is the point where people go like, no. You know what? I'm going to go see if my AOL email still works from 10 years ago that I haven't signed in on, right? This is the point where people give up. So, but if we go through it, then we get the Devarim, which is the final actualized thing. And so the way we actually become more creative, besides we study this. We study this cycle. We come to a cycle. No wonder why there's so many Jews, that are doing amazing creative things, because this has been going through our generations, right? We're conditioned with this, So that's my Devar Torah. I created it last night when I was studying about this and reading this book, and I was like, this is what I need to bring in. So whatever you're going through, this is the point. Take something away. If you want something. Like, if this is what your dream is, or this is what your idea is, take something away. If you want to go on vacation, take away Starbucks once a week, because then we have a little more money for vacation. So we create a little desert in order to get more life. Oh, I want to say also the mirage idea. That this is like a real concept. Like in the desert, like people see things. They see water, like lakes and things like that. If you hang out in the desert, I don't hang out in the desert so much. I'm from Jersey, but if you go to Israel, you go to down in the south in the Negev desert, which is awesome. It's like amazing. People start seeing stuff, and what that is those are the creative visions. Those are the creative visions. The ideas of what would it be like if this was there. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have we count the Omer, which is 49 days, 7 weeks times 7 weeks times 7 days, 7 days a week, is the we count that's 49 days, and then we have Shavuot, which is coming up, which I'll make an announcement about in a second. Hold on, I have this WhatsApp group that sends me like every day like this Omer thing, and it's cool. Today is the 44th day, so Hayom Haraba'a Virba'im Yom Shehem Shisha Shavuot Ushnei Yamim Be'Omer. Today is the 44th day, which is 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Okay, so we will rise on page 284 for Aleinu, 284. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Okay, please be seated. Now come to the Kaddish. So we, since last Shabbat, Shloshim, Jeanette Hecht, and Jim Gale. And on the Yartite list, Ronald Gale, Lawrence Goldstein, Doris Pliskin, Ronald Tarlow. And if there's anybody else that is saying, got what? Danny Fazor. Page 294. Okay. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah v'yalma divra rikirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mebarach le'olam olamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yidromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudesha b'reichu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata dal mimran re'amra v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו Amen. Okay, so we will read some announcements, and then we will do Adon Olam, and then we will do the Kiddush for the wine and challah. Okay, some announcements. I'm gonna, hold on, I want to get this out. Okay, so we raised $21,250 from 250 donors through Hudson Gives. We made it to the top 10 in funds raised. Thank you to all who participated. The deadline to get your borscht add-in was today, May 19th. Our comedy night, which is here, it's called Borscht, is June 10th. It's going to be amazing. They said that in the news too, but I know it's going to be amazing too. Tickets are on site, on our website, or at the door. Cash bar only for drinks. Yes, and a borscht, authentic borscht, because it's and Ukrainian pierogies, because it's at the Ukrainian Center. If you don't like to laugh, do not go to this. That's why I want to say that. Our final session of religious school will be this Sunday, May 21st. Oh yeah, this is, we have, thank you, I forget your name, sorry. Mike. Mike is filling in for Seth today. He's on the, thank you for, if anyone else would like to be a part of the tech crew, Seth or Mike can show you what to do, and it's a great service. It's Torah o'clock somewhere. Join friends from across North America for a night of online Torah study in celebration of Shavuot. Thursday, May 25th at 8 p.m. through Friday, May 26th at 9 a.m. all night long. We study. After the 49 days we count, we study all night long. And we have cheesecake. We eat cheesecake. There's reasons for that. I don't care what the reasons are because I love cheesecake. The registration link can be found in the weekly and the newsletter. Rabbi Morit will be teaching Matchmaker at 8 p.m. The entire community is invited to our Shavuot community picnic. It's next Saturday, May 27th. There's a Shavuot service before, and there's a 10:30 service, and I'll be here, and then I'm playing music. So if anyone has any songs or sheet music they want to sing and they want to bring in, I'll play for them. We could do that. And it's gonna be awesome. You bring your own food, like for lunch, but there's gonna be awesome yogurt served from Downtown Yogurt. They're members of our congregation, Debbie and Mark Kahn, and they're bringing like 4 tubs of like Downtown yogurt. So it's gonna be good. Don't come if you don't like yogurt. No, I'm just kidding. There'll be other stuff. Right before the picnic, our next Hot Shabbat will take place June 10th at 10:30 a.m. Beginning June 30th, we will be experimenting with the new Shabbat service start times. On the first Friday and the final Friday of each month, services will begin at 6:30 p.m. On all other Friday night services will begin at 7:30 p.m. Our first Friday services will remain our most family-friendly and will continue to be coordinated with our religious school. Please mark your calendars. Change the world one meal at a time with 1 hour of your week. Help feed our hungry and homeless neighbors Thursday at our food pantry. Don't have an hour? Help feed them with a donation for the food day. Details on the website or show up. Donations for the social hall renovations are still very much needed. If you haven't yet donated or pledged, please do. Also check if your employer makes matching donations to charitable causes. I will check with my employer, but it's Temple Beth-El. It'll be a little bit of a conflict of interest. They'd be like, what are you asking for? Okay. Let's end with, on page, I think it's 321, Adon Olam. It's not, I just want to make sure. 320, I was right, 321. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Lihi Nasa V'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, V'acharet Kichlot HaKol לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא עוז והמשרה. והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצורכם לי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום הקרב. בידו אבקי רוחי, ויהי אישן ואירה, ויהי רוחי גווייתי, אדוני לי ולא יירא. Okay, so we will do the wine and then challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei puri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yahava uratzon inchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra el kodesh, zecher l'tziyat mitzrayim. כי בנו בחרת, ויותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Yeah, we can't just sometimes sing Amen, right? But it's like I'm saying, like, kind of like, it's like saying thank you to myself. You know what I mean? It's like, I did, yes. So, but it's done to teach people. Right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Take more. Oh my God, thank you to Stephanie. I'm sorry to say this. Thank you to Stephanie for bringing all this amazing food. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to, I found myself, when I said the bracha, like taking it really quickly, because there's this like halakha that, this law that when you say a blessing for something, you can't like go and like do something else, and then the blessing is to eat it, so like say it and then as immediately like enjoy it. So, okay, here, well, you want to bring it back? Yeah, and you're taking it home.